Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh my god. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute? I'm serious.
Sir, please leave.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave.
Hi, this is Cynthia Ortiz. These are the Charles Perry Stalker podcast. I'm going to do the disclaimer, although I don't have to at this point. Use allegedly. Nobody's been found guilty in a court of law yet. Apply the but-for legal standard, the reasonable prudent individual standard, and we assert all constitutional rights. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this, but I'll do it because we're going to document the stalking, but for the stalking and the human trafficking and the sex trafficking and the organized crime. We wouldn't do this to document it for court. All of these podcasts are evidence for court in Mr. Perry's criminal trial that will be upcoming, hopefully soon. He continues to ask me who's helping me, who's investigating him, who gets information from his camp to mine, or to me, to us, who's his leagues. Like, he thinks I want to help him. And nobody understands why the fuck he thinks that. He thinks that I want to talk to him. And nobody understands why the hell he thinks I want to talk to him. He thinks we all care how he feels. Dude, not even on the radar. Everybody's very, very, very angry at you for what you have done. I'm gonna say it again. Since you're slow mentally and you have Alzheimer's, we have to repeat ourselves for you all the fucking time. Here's the thing, Mr. Perry. Since you sit on your fat, lazy, perverted ass all damn day, looking at me on your computer in the privacy of my home or car or wherever it is you have put your fucking weird ass, creepy voyeur. I'm a mentally ill, mentally retarded man, so I don't have a life. I gotta watch everybody else have a life. Bullshit. Get a sticky note and write it down and stick it on the fucking computer you sit on your lazy ass watching all day. That way, we don't have to repeat ourselves every fucking 30 seconds for you. It's getting very, very irritating. No one gives two fucks what you think or how you feel. No one's trying to help you. Your contact isn't wanted. Your invasion of my privacy is a vulgar, obscene, disgusting violation of my rights, my wishes, my legal and moral rights to privacy. When you've done this shit to me, we find out before you have a chance to do it most of the time. And you're so stupid, you do it anyway. It's so easy, it isn't even fair. You don't just talk about it once, you talk about it 50,000 times. I'm gonna take her car. I'm gonna sell her. I'm gonna take her car. I'm gonna starve her until she lies. How many recordings of you saying that do they have? You, David, Lucius, Calvin, your little club of weirdos. We're embarrassed for you. We're just so fucking embarrassed for you. All of you. When you do this shit to me, I wasn't supposed to know I was trafficked, but I do, and I know who bought me. Right? I'm not supposed to know every time you talk about taking my car, and you talk about it every fucking day to anybody who will listen. So don't ask who's my leads, who's telling on me. No one gives two fucks what you bitches think. You weren't asked, any more than he was asked what he thought about her clothes. Everybody's very angry at you people for what you have done. We don't have any problems getting all that information, and nobody will tell you who's getting it, how they're getting it. You get the runaround because everybody's sick of you. No one cares what you guys think. It's not even on the radar. Not even on the radar. No one picked a fight with you bitches. You picked a fight with me and David. You aren't smart enough to figure out who you were even picking a fight with. Were ya? See, smart, you told me read the book Art of War. You haven't read it. Clearly you have not read it. Why you said that to me, I don't even know. It didn't even make sense. It still doesn't, considering. You picked a fight with me And I happen to know people in power. You didn't bother to look at my background. Everybody thought I was a stupid stripper. She's just a stupid stripper. Never mind, I've been in politics my entire life. I'm the granddaughter of an elected official and a police chief. My family was the power in the town where I grew up. My granddad helped set up those UFO alien museums in Roswell that have attracted attention from all over the world. No one thought that through. We think that's hysterical. She's just a stupid stripper. Wrong. Boy, were you wrong. You call the British consulate? Oh my God, we thought that was funny. They called the British consulate to see if it's them stopping Mr. Perry's crime, sex trafficking business. Wow. Okay. What'd you get out of them? Did you get anything? My guess is no. No one's gonna help you, you stupid little fuck. Everybody's very angry at you for what you have done. Charles Perry, David Robertson, Matthew Powell, Joshua Burson, Joseph Chadwick, Lucius Geppetto, Calvin. All of you guys have a little meeting to figure out how to try to make me fail. We think that is also hysterical. I'm one girl. Go pick a fight with a biker in a bar, and then you can say you're men. Otherwise, you're just teeny weeny pink panty little pathetics who are so weak and pathetic you gotta pick on one girl to try to feel tough? Really? Wow. Wow, that's the best you can do, is pick on one girl to make you feel tough. When you pick on a dude, a guy, then you'll be tough. Then you're tough. Everybody's very, very, very angry at you all for what you have done. And so for 7 years, we can get information like that. And we quote you every fucking day. And none of you act like you have any idea what that means. That we have everything we have. Who's the Muffin Man? Mr. Perry? Whose nickname is that? Who's Monique? Mr. Perry? We can get information and you guys can't. Because everybody's very, very disgusted and disturbed and horrified at what you've done. And how you feel isn't even on the radar. No, it's not even in consideration. Now, Mr. Perry continues to ask for my help and bribe me. I'll give you a house. I'll give you this. I'll give you that. And so, again, I'm going to repeat. What I want is my money back that you stole from me. I want to be paid because you're using my body for entertainment against my will without my consent. And you've done it for years. And so for that, you do owe me $1,000 a day for the entertainment plus $2,000 a day for doing it without my consent. Now, your opinion on that doesn't matter. It's not relevant. You can deal with it in your criminal trial. The people that get me the information, they are the ones you have to convince you didn't do it. Not all these other stupid little fucks you run around going, oh, we didn't do it. She's just a stupid stripper. She's just crazy. See, we didn't do it. I can explain that away. Guess what? The only people that matter are the ones that are getting the intelligence from you and giving it to me, like I was trafficked and I found out before. Michael Neely was drugged and I found out before the attorneys had even deposed any first responders at all. Gene Mitchell, his attorney, wanted to know how I knew his legal argument before he made it. I had got in touch with him in October of 2020 and said, don't fucking lie. On behalf of your client, your bullshit story isn't plausible. It's not possible, much less plausible. You have a fiduciary legal obligation to vigorously defend your client. Don't do it. And he did it anyway. And so for that, Everybody fucking hates you, and they're very angry at you for what you've done to him. And then he's a cop, by the way. Cops don't think that's cute. And guess what else? Guess what else? You thought that was going to just go away while you're asking me if I'm a cop. It didn't occur to you that if you have to ask me that question, that I'm going to start looking at the timing. 6 days after I make a vandalism report, Chief Miller's murdered, and that guy that took my report is accused. And you didn't think anybody would question that, Mr. Robertson? What are you used to dealing with? I'm not that. I'm not even close. And how funky of you to go around, is she a cop? And then you act like I'm not going to figure that one out. This Florida State's attorney asked me the same question. Did you ask him to ask me that? Did you tell him to ask? You guys are the dumbest mafia I've ever met in my life. I lived in Las Vegas, Nevada. I knew some mafia guys. Oh my God, they could think circles around you in their sleep. I don't know what the hell. This is the dumbest mafia I've ever seen in my life. Everyone is very, 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 very angry at you all for what you've done. You honestly think a cop can't look at the picture of Michael Neely and go, there's no way he did this. There's nothing on him. You can't beat somebody to death and not have a mark on you. You can't do it, David. You can't do it, Perry. You can't do it. It's not possible. And on top of that, he's found unconscious and in respiratory distress. He's unconscious. He's asleep. He has no idea what the hell's going on. And he's in respiratory distress. He was dying. Charles, when you contact me in all these years, has it made your problems get better or does it make them worse? You're not even able to put that together in your head, are you? You're that stupid. You're that fucktard. When you contact me, when you invade my privacy, when you cause me the loss of any money at all, has that ever made your problems go away or does it make more come out? More of your crime comes out. More of it comes out every day because you keep doing that. It's so easy, it's not even fair. I have said for a long time, here's your shovel, dig away. And you guys, you do, every day. Here, they dig, they keep going. And then we quote them. And we find out what they're up to next. And then we quote them some more. And then Perry runs around. Who told on me? Who is it? Hey, please help me. Please tell me who is it. I'm gonna repeat, and then I say the same thing. I'm gonna repeat the same fucking thing for you again that I've said every day for 10 years. When you cause me a problem, when you take my privacy or my money or anything at all from me, when you cause one problem for me, I lose an eyelash because of you. Guess what? You piss off people with a hell of a lot of power. Power to kick your ass like it's not been kicked before in your lives. And then I find out I'm trafficked. Or you want to take my car, or you're going to try to get me kicked out of my home. And we find out before, not after. And we do it every day. And Perry goes right back at it. There's your shovel, dig away. He goes to digging. And we start quoting y'all. And then y'all all run around trying to figure out, how did she find out? How did she know? How did she find out about that? How did she know about that? We know all about all that. See, when I come to you the first, long time ago, when you first did that first false arrest, and I said, you've been doing this all your life, and you're not going to get away with it this time. Not this time. It's not going to happen. You're delusional, and I get there's a lot of funky shit floating through that weirdo brain of yours. None of it's real. Not any of it's real. Watch this. You don't believe me? You want to laugh at me? You want to go around telling everybody she's just a stupid stripper. Watch this, bitch. Watch this, you fucking bitch. Criminal. And then we started quoting you every fucking day. And you didn't put it together that McNamara email and that Fabian puzzle alone should have let you know you stepped in something this time. And you're covered with shit already. You're covered in it already. And we've quoted you every fucking day since. And you guys go right back at it. And we're going, it's so easy, it is not even fair. I don't even have words for this. You don't have a chance of a date with me, you stupid son of a bitch. You're a job. And I'm good at what I do. I'm really good at what I do. Because nobody's caught your crime like I have, and I have help. But there's a reason I'm involved in this. And it's not someone else. It's me. I was picked for a reason. It's because I'm good at what I do. And you're seeing things you've not seen before. Your guy said that when Charles pesters Cynthia and he takes her money, things do not go well for us. We're seeing things happen we've not seen before. This thing is just flicking at us right now. I can tell you that right now. It's just flicking at us. It's rope-a-dope. And I don't want to be anywhere near him when it finally comes up and crushes everybody. I don't want to be anywhere in it. So I'm done. I'm done. I'm getting off this Titanic. It's sinking. And that retard can't tell. Now, when I say retard, most of the time I mean it. In the medical sense of the word, it means to be held back. Sometimes people mean it because that's just what you act like. There's a difference between somebody who's got Down syndrome or autism or I worked with people with Down syndrome. Again, they could think circles around you in their sleep. They weren't held back. You are. They weren't held back one bit. Perfectly wonderful, productive members of society. Wouldn't hurt anybody. That's not what you are. That is not what you are. They're not retarded. You are. There's a difference. Big, huge difference. Anybody that knows me would know that's what I meant. Without me having to explain it over and over and over. So, if you thought you knew me, you thought wrong. People that know me knew I had patients with Down syndrome. In fact, I took one of them to meet Congresswoman Heather Wilson. And when Congresswoman Heather Wilson met her, she burst into tears. The woman was the sweetest person you could ever meet in your life. I mean the patient, my patient with Down syndrome. Congresswoman Wilson was nice too, but that's not who I'm talking about. You are retarded. And so we have a very easy time of getting information that no one else has gotten before. Ask Muffin Man. Who's Monique, Charles? You think I want to hear from you? When you contact me over the past 13 years, has that ever solved your problems or made things better for you? Or does it only make your situation worse and you get caught more and more and more than ever before in your life? Do you even know? Can you even think that through? Can you tie your shoe by yourself? We don't think you can. Can you wipe your ass by yourself? We don't think you can. We think your mind is that far gone. You need to be in a fucking nursing home, don't you? Huntington's disease or something? We think you got a lot more than that. You embarrass the hell out of me. I wouldn't walk in a room with you for millions. You embarrass the fuck out of me. You're creepy. You're stupid. I don't want anything to do with you. I don't go out with creepy guys. I don't go out with stupid guys. I don't go out with men unless they make sure I don't miss a meal. For sure not. I'm going to starve her until she lies and tell everybody who will listen. And then wonder who told. Come on. Wow, with that. This guy, the person's getting very irritated at him because he didn't respond to her appropriately, like he understood what she said. He starts asking her about her clothes. No one asked you, you stupid little bitch. Mind your own business. You're the same. You're the same, Charles. You're not wanted. You're not loved. You're told on every day. Over and over and over. Day after day after day. And we'll get more and more and more until your arrest. Or you can leave me the fuck alone and not give us anything else to get. Your choice, bitch. So far, you've made the wrong one.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh my god. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? Are you a prostitute? I'm serious.
Sir, please leave.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
Now, when I said watch this 7 years ago, I said, you're not going to get away with it this time. You've been doing this crap to people, ruining their lives, ruining them, ruining careers, ruining families. You're hurting people bad beyond what they can ever get over. You've been doing that all your life, and this time you're not going to get away with it. Watch this. And you guys all laughed at me. You thought that was funny. But look what we got out of that. Every day since then, we're quoting what you said when you sat down and had your little meeting planning the next fucking felony. Yeah, David. When you sit there and plan the next felony, David, we hear every word of it. Lucius, Calvin. Every word of it. Every time you do it. Whether or not I say something doesn't matter. They get it anyway. So it is them that you're going to have to explain how you want it. I didn't do it. See, I can explain it away. Blah, 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 blah. And see if that works. Because we all heard the recording of you. Or the live feed. We all heard it. You're not going to convince us of shit. And guess what? I'm not a stupid stripper after all. I'm Chief Hall's granddaughter, by the way. Nice to meet you, criminal. We believe that you relieve suffering caused by crime. That's what law enforcement is for. And that's what you do whether you're in law enforcement or not. Now look at this. That's our shrink. Thinks y'all are all nuttier than fruitcakes. This is all the stuff we got. David, Calvin, Lucius, Perry, Sanjay. Who's Monique, Charles? Why don't you explain for everybody in a press conference who the fuck is Monique? Okay? Why don't you explain that? Where's Jacqueline and Jordan and Matthew? When you sit on your fat perverted ass bothering me and my family. Where's your family? Yeah, are they embarrassed by you too? Uh-huh. So there's all this that we got that nobody else has, David. One more time. Tell everybody how I'm just a stupid stripper. Okay? Yeah, that was a bad idea to say that ever. So we got all that. These are subject matter. There's like a gazillion just right here, David. Those are subject matters of an email I typed up, quoting some recording the police played for me. You guys think it's El Paso police? You've talked about El Paso police a lot. We heard you. We won't confirm or deny shit. By the way, you're not entitled to that information. You're the offenders and you're sex offenders. It's different when you do it to me. All you had to do is leave me the fuck alone, because nobody's bothering you. You're getting caught bothering me. You picked a fight with the wrong people. And the thing is, David, the art of war is being smart enough to pick your battles wisely, and you haven't been. So we quote everything you say. Yep. Quote every fucking thing you say. This is our witness talking about your video voyeurism problem, and then you use your dark web peep show to sell women in a trafficking situation. You sold me to some realtor in Houston. I found out before you did it. All of that. Got it? And then there's even more than that. And this isn't the half of it. What's here? Not the half of it. Yeah, if I were you, I'd go shh. I'd be shutting up. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say and do can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney, and if you can't afford one, we'll find the dumbest piece of shit they got just for you. You're a cop killer. Yep. This is about taking my car. I'm doing this. This is like the 5th time I've done this in the past week. Because we got Alzheimer's and senile dementia we're having to deal with here. Take her car and tow it. Take her car and tow it. Take her car and tow it. Every day I'll talk about towing my car. Make sure she can't pay her bills. Make sure she can't pay her bills. Take her money. Make sure she can't pay her bills. Constantly y'all talk about that. I'm going to tow her car and sell it before she finds out. It's not even legal for me to do that. Every day since this 2019 recording, look at the last highlighted sentence there. Every day since, you've tried to get my car. That's what domestic violence offenders do. DVIS has a car ride system set up for people like me that have some nuttier than a fruitcake bitch trying to get the car. Jodi Arias vandalized Travis Alexander's car. The Connecting the Dots video says the stalker types go after the car. So sometimes victims have a vandalism complaint and they don't even know it's a stalker. They don't even know they got a stalker too. The stalker did the vandalism. That's what Michael Neely took in his report 6 days before you blew his life up. No, nobody will suspect a thing, don't worry. We need her back to Texas where we can do more to her. That's already been played in court to get another investigatory order. You like to play with little dolls, don't you, Charles? You're all girl. Yep, you are princess as it gets. Right here, this 2015 McNamara email, this right here, y'all have yet to figure out what it means and what it means that I have it. Who got that from you to me? Months before you did it. Months before you did it. TPD, you had it. I gave it to you. What did you think about it? What did you think it was? What did you think it meant? Did you think at all? Did you fail to understand the significance of it? Seems like you did. I said I'm going to out-cop you guys. Here's the thing, and I did. So you're not making it hard. Finger paint cops. I'm going to tell you something. The way that the Tulsa shooting was handled was brilliant. It was brilliant. That is how you be a good cop. And that had to be scary for those guys who ran in that building first. There's no question. You got an active shooter. And they showed some of the training. And the guy said, this is scary, but this is what you signed up for. You got an active shooter. You're going to get shot, perhaps. We hope not, but you signed up for this. You're going to run into the danger because you're going to relieve suffering caused by crime today, and you're going to go in and tell those people you're safe now. And that's what law enforcement is. That's the job. There is no other reason to have that job. It's not for your adrenaline rush. It's not for your power trip. It is to tell your victims you're safe now. He won't hurt you anymore. And that's what I'm doing. I've lost my ass trying to do that. But you know what? If I weren't effective, I wouldn't have lost my ass. Now would I have? I got all those guys picking on one girl because they're too weak and pathetic, and they got little bitty, teeny weenies, and they got to pick on women to feel tough. Because men who are men, they go pick on a guy, or if they pick on anybody at all. My guys don't pick on anybody, but if they pick on somebody, it's a guy like you beating down women and kids. You got a mommy issue? Take it up with your mommy and a shrink, and don't bother everybody else with it. So, we're going to get her kicked out of her house months before you did try, and then you did. Is that you, Calvin? This was my text to Gene Mitchell. Don't fuck your client over like that, dude. Not cool. It's not cool. I don't want a scandal. I want to be left alone. Now, this is the kicker right here. Everybody hates you all, and they're very, very angry at you for what you've done to him. He's a cop. And to me. And to my family. Every relationship you ruined, every penny you took, every minute of my time you have wasted and raped me in the privacy of my home or my car or anywhere I have the reasonable expectation of privacy. So we find out all this shit before, not after. And you have no idea what that means, Perry, do you? The more you contact me and harass me and threaten me and try to bribe me and try to get me to help you, the more we get. It never solves your problems. It makes them worse. But you're stupid. So you don't put that together. So, when we heard that 6 days later, the chief of Manford, not some other cop in some other town, those two cops right then, right there, has a tragedy. One's dead. One's been murdered. He didn't die in a car accident. He didn't die because he, tripped and bumped his head. He didn't die from an accident. He was murdered. Murdered. 6 days after a vandalism report. And we're all like, that's a little fishy. That's not a little fishy. That's a lot fishy. considering the timing of that. Considering the timing of that, something's up. Well, it wasn't too long after I said that here comes one of the neighbors. Your Texas Mafia got them both. They got him. The one that's in jail took your report. That's the one that took your report, the one that's in jail. Chief Miller saved my life, and they have killed him. And they got my two. They got them both. The guys after you did this. Everybody knows it. It was not long after the murder. And the whole town already knew you did it. So, when we're looking at this picture, and we're going, everybody look at this. Everybody, do you see a mark on him that looks like he was in a fight? Jason White. Jason is on the first 48. Tulsa police, murder cop. Right? One of the highest close rates in the country. Jason, you see a mark on him that looks like he was in a fight? He's a cop. If you ran into a building with this man right here, sir, and an active shooter situation, and that shooter shot him, would you just leave him there and walk off? Or would you, or if he's injured, he's still alive, but he's injured and he's unconscious and in respiratory distress due to a gunshot wound because you two ran into a building together. It was you two first in that building on that day in June. And he's shot and he's bleeding and he's in respiratory distress and unconscious. Will you just walk out of the building and leave him there? You're going to take him with you. You're going to call for backup and for help and blah, blah, blah. All this shit y'all do, your protocol. He's injured now. In the line of duty right now. And he's an officer down in need of an assist. And I'm the one. Guess what, guys? Let me tell you something right now. Right now, everyone knows me. That if you're a cop and you're in trouble, and I'm the one in the room running in there with you, I got your back, and I'll do it at my own expense. And if you want somebody to go with you that's going to have your back, it'll be me. Not White. It'd be me. Because everybody watched me lose my home. Every ounce of clothes I have. Everything my granddad gave me. My t-shirt from my granddad I have since I'm 12. When he ran for sheriff, his campaign t-shirt. You know, that detective magazine, that's gone. All that's gone. Charles took it. Into punishment. Because I'm helping a police officer. And then he calls up here and says, pull her over. I need you to have somebody pull her over. I want you to take that car away from her, please. Every fucking day he does that. Every fucking day we hear you do that. So guess what, Charles? Most police everywhere want me with them. Because they know I'll go through all that to keep them safe from you. From a bitch like you. A pathetic, rejected, nothing bitch like you. Because I'm doing it for him. I don't know that guy. I talked to him for 30 minutes. I don't know him. It doesn't matter. He's cop family. I'm raised in 4 generations of police. It's just what you do. Not doing is an unthinkable thing to me. It's just what you do. And here's the other thing I want to know. What if somebody did to you what you did to Lucky? What if the death penalty called for you to die the way you made your victim die, sir? You didn't get to go to have a nice little nap with your lethal injection. You got the shit beat out of you until you died. Somebody knocked your head back and forth and back and forth. And terror hits you as you start to realize, I'm not going to make it through this one. This is it for me. What was he thinking in his last moments? Was he thinking of his wife and his kids? What are they going to go through? I'm not going to live through this. I tell you right now, I feel I'm slipping and I'm not going to make it. What if that's what he's thinking? I don't know that he can figure out all that. I don't know. We don't know what was going through his head. But what if he was thinking of his family? What if he started to realize he wasn't going to make it? This was his last moment. And there's nothing he could do. Nothing. What if you had to die like that? What if we got to make you die that same way? Thing is, we don't. You have more rights than you give your victims. That's the thing. We don't get to make these guys die the way they make their victims die. What if Jessica Lunsford, murderer, had to die buried alive in a trash bag the way he made her die? You stupid little fucks get to die peacefully, and you complain about the death penalty? Some people don't need to be here so that everybody else can have a good life and not always be in danger and not always be threatened. And that's you, and I want you to know that's how hated you are. You're that hated. So we don't have problems getting information. You do. Nobody will help you. I told you a long time ago, if you give it back and get the fuck out, I can ask for mercy, but you're leaving us very few options at this point. Now that's the last time I'm going to say this shit to you. You fuck off. I don't want anything to do with you. Everybody's very angry at you bitches for what you've done. And that's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. You fix what you broke. You get back what you took, and you get the fuck out. And maybe they'll give you mercy. Otherwise, don't contact me again. Don't you dare have the audacity to ask me for help. Don't ask me for help ever again. Because I promise you'll wish you weren't born. And I don't mean any physical harm's gonna come. I mean, through the normal legal process, you'll wish you weren't born. They'll throw the book at you. Okay? Leave me the fuck alone.